Paul Brown said to me, son, act like you've been there before. And I'm thinking, wait a minute, I just barely got on the field. I hadn't been there before. So
I'm glad to be part of that trend. You know, sun's out, guns out.
How about Isaac Curtis on one side, Charlie Joyner on the other side? A lot of quarterbacks were very envious that I had those two weapons to throw to. But
now, wait a minute. Is it fair that Pat McAnally is still the sexiest guy on our team? Is that?
You got me there. You got me good.
Solid. How you gonna be in that video not represent with a chain? Your tango, man. I got mine on. I'm ready to go.
Oh, that's great. That's priceless.
There are two guys that I think it's a travesty that are not in that Hall of Fame.
Ken Riley and Ken Anderson. Yeah, sure.
Put the backdrop on, Jamie. See if Marissa's okay with it.
Yeah, I got her back.
Oh, gosh.
Starting the Canadian fan club up here for you.
That is so
My
funny.
last touchdown, and that's what Joe Burrow's going to end up like if they don't start protecting his ass. It's going to be the next David Klingler. David Klingler stuff.
There's no Spanish speaking people here, very few. So we, fast forward, we go to the Super Bowl in Miami, and the word was the Bengals have two big Mexican offensive linemen. They don't know how to speak Spanish. So I got down there and started doing these interviews in Spanish, and they're like, "Wait, we heard you don't speak Spanish."
What's going on, fellas? What's going on? But I got on the plane one day in an all red Suge Knight suit. And boy, Joe Walters and the linemen, they destroyed me. I thought for sure I was so clean. I had some gaiters on, all red suit on. I was Suge Knight. They roasted me.
The head coach was the pain in the butt. The Jerry Glenn, he would thought he was. If you didn't know who he was, he walked out there like he owned his state. And I always say, if I could get a chance to hit him on the sideline, I would.
I'm tackling your ass, Pete. I'm shoestring low on you.
But I got to tell you, you have been stepped on, son. You would have had cliques everywhere.
Well, I'm proud to be a Bengal. Yes, I'm proud to be a Bengal again. I got nothing from you guys.
Welcome, guys, to another edition of Talking Football with Bengal Jim and friends. Love having everybody on the show tonight. We appreciate it. Guys, we're 6 days away from the jungle to the hall. We're going to Canton. I'm heading up Friday. We're heading to Canton, guys.
It's going to be big. Can't wait. A lot of legwork gone into it. We appreciate everybody that's RSVP'd. If you haven't RSVP'd yet, you still have time. The extended weather forecast looks great, and let's go up there and represent our Bengals and have a fun and respective push for them to get in fame. This could be a year where we get some again.
Yep. We're trying to sneak Jamie in from Canada. We don't know how we're going to do it, but we're going to make it happen.
Unfortunately, not going to happen, but I'll be watching from the sidelines.
Over the falls in a barrel.
Hey, my only concern about this trip up there, James, is I'm bringing a bus up. We got a lot of equipment to bring up, a lot of stuff to decorate the event tent there at the Hall of Fame. I have no air conditioner in that bus. It's going to be brutal.
Hey, Jimmy, I'm getting a lot of questions about how people can get the T-shirts for the event. Can you give everybody an update on that?
Yeah, pretty simple. Thanks, Tom.
Yeah, go to the event.
Yeah, go to the event.
Yeah.
I'm not shipping these damn things to anybody. You're going to get, if you want a shirt, be there Saturday at the rally. So we did have a bunch of shirts. So there was an out-of-pocket expense that we had on this, and we sell those shirts, we break even. That's all we're hoping to do, guys. So we
what, $20 a piece?
Yeah, $20 a piece. And the one thing, somebody called it on social media today. In the front, it just says Jungle to the Hall, nice Bengal stripes and tiger, June 19th date. And on the back, if you look closely, one person caught this. The fonts on the back of the shirt here are specific to their era when they played, the fonts themselves, the numbers. So you'll see some slightly different fonts. And the why behind that is because my guys down at Cook's thought about it. It wasn't us. They did, because I got them. I was like, I don't think these fonts are the same. And they're like, no, those are specific era fonts for what they wore in their jerseys. Pretty damn cool. So pretty damn cool.
I talked to him too. I know my T-shirt has on the sleeve has a red maple leaf. I support those who are not able to get across the border.
Nice.
So.
What's those other thing in a poppy on the front? What's the big poppy there? He's got a poppy on the front too.
So James, the hat. What's the hat about, man? Is that Syracuse orange there? I love it.
It's a Syracuse. And with that being said, if anybody doesn't know, Jimmy was up in Brownsburg earlier for a little guy's birthday and pool party. And Jimmy's better half is we had an animal show. Jimmy's better half is not afraid of nature or animals, as we can see by the picture. And you can see Jimmy 6 foot back, not getting anywhere near this snake. So that was as close as we could get to him. And
like he was photoshopped into that photo. He's so far away.
All I can tell you, when she got home, I threw her in the shower. I wasn't touching her. Nasty python, whatever that thing was.
Trisha's afraid of nothing. I mean, you and raising all those boys, python's nothing to her.
Yep.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Well, hey, we got a lot of stuff to get into here tonight. So we're going to bring on here in a little bit the Bengal. We hear he's poolside. We hope that he's in his armor in the pool. We will see. Hopefully he doesn't have his G-string on. We will find out about that here in a minute. We pre-recorded an interview with Jackson Carmon, guys, I think Wednesday or Thursday, and you're going to enjoy this interview. It was a lot of fun. I was poking fun at him a little bit about high school stuff. So we talked a little high school, a little Clemson, a little Bengals. It was a great conversation with Jackson. You're going to love that. And guys, we're going to dig into a ton of stuff. We're going to get into some more detail on the Jungle to the Hall event. We're now well over 200 RSVPs on the event already. So we expect 250 plus RSVPs. We know there's going to be some no-shows, but we're really hoping we have a minimum of 150 to 200 people there. That is a really good crowd. National and local media exposure, there's big time on that. So we'll get into some details there on that. We're going to bring Josh on here in a minute as well. Josh, our Bengal memorabilia guy, he's going to have his memorabilia discussion today focused all around the Jungle to the Hall. So in that order, let's go ahead. And the FCC, if he's in a waiting room, does he have his bathing suit on, Jamie? Can you see him in there?
Yeah, let's just bring him on. You can make the call. I can put him back in the lobby if you need me.
Okay, let's see this. There he is. What's up, Bengal? Do not stand up. Do not stand up.
Good deal. All right, I promise.
Hey, man, I want to talk about a couple things, bro. I know we've been trying to get you on. I apologize for that. But, man, we got to spend some time a little bit today, and we'll spend some time here probably before the season again as well. But talk about two things. I know you're doing this great, cool fan podcast. You're talking about fans from across the world. And you're also this Pepsi Fan of the Year, brother, is a pretty big damn deal, right?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It was awesome. I'll square one here with you. The podcast that I kind of started is basically just talking to fans. You know, everybody's got their thing. There's analytics, there's history. You guys bust out. You guys bring on fans. You interview players, all kinds of stuff. And I just kind of thought, hey, I'm just going to talk to the everyday fan. You know, the guy that just sits in the stands next to me that I may not ever talk to unless I call him on here, or maybe we're a little lubricated and are high-fiving after a Joe Burrow touchdown. But that's aside the fact. The Pepsi thing. Just a competition I ended up seeing. I made a video with my kids. I tore my ACL and meniscus sort of in the same time frame that Joe Burrow tore his ACL and all the rest of his ligaments in his leg. And that was kind of the video, like, hey, we're on the same healing path. He's got, some more expensive doctors, but, we all heal our own time. I sent in the video. People voted. I ended up winning. It was cool. Pepsi's been awesome. I'm in no way sponsored or affiliated with Pepsi. I'll throw that out there. But essentially, I got some cool gear. We went and did a photo shoot, tickets for next year. And then kind of the creme de la creme is somewhere in Cincinnati. They don't know yet. There's going to be a billboard with my big, ugly mug on it.
Yes. We'll be taking pictures of that thing when it pops up.
Absolutely.
So, and everybody that's watching right now, and there's this thing that I if Nobody's ever seen him without his mask on. Just it's a mystery. But I can tell you, I've never seen James Rapine and Bengal Lauren in the same place at the same time. I think they may be the same person. Have you been told that?
I have. It's all over, man. Somebody next time you see James, is gonna tackle him and check his tattoos. Maybe it's him. I don't know. Did he get that? Does he have the arms going on? You have to somebody tackle him. You know.
That's how we're gonna identify it. That's great.
Exactly.
So I know you got season tickets, buddy. So I think what section did you get moved to this year?
So I'm going to be in 158 with the Rough and Rowdy. It's going to be great. I have family tickets that I've had. I have some in the 300. I have some in the club. But again, super humbled by Pepsi. They've provided seats. They asked me where I wanted to sit. And I said without hesitation, 158. You can't get any better than 158 with you, Captain, and all the other ads that we're going to have this year. It looks like it's going to be a packed section, Jim.
It's going to be fun, brother. We've been the loudest section for many years, but we're going to have competition this year, Bengal Lauren. So, and I love it. It's going to be fun competition. The Canopy Crazies. I know I was down there. Saturday for a little bit as they had their open house for new season ticket holders. An amazing crowd. It was unbelievable how many people were down there. So a lot of excitement, and that excitement's turning into people wanting to go to the games and buying season tickets for the first time in their lives. So, brother, it's going to be fun. We can't wait to see you down there, brother. We'll have a coldie together that first tailgate, brother.
Absolutely. You owe me a shotgun.
All right, brother. Thanks again, buddy. We appreciate it, man.
Hey, thanks for having me. Right. Keep doing your thing, man. You guys are awesome.
Who day, buddy? I'm glad he didn't stand up.
Isn't as producer, isn't Jamie supposed to screen all that beforehand?
Yeah.
I saw enough. You didn't. I knew it was clean, so I put him up. But he didn't stand up. It's all good.
Good call.
Jimmy, I have that James Rapine can't swim, so that wasn't.
Oh, so it can't be James Rapine. Okay.
Oh,
so if anyone's watching and you're good with like Google Maps satellite view, there's enough information in that video. I think you might be able to track this guy down. You never know. We'll see.
All right, guys, let's get into. So we're going to talk about the Jungle to the Hall here, but before we get into that, some more detail around that, guys. Let's bring on Josh. So Josh, our Bengal memorabilia dude here. Josh, we talked earlier this week, and it was one of those things where you said, you know what, let's really focus on what we're doing today on the memorabilia discussion around these 8 players that we're focusing on and celebrating their careers up at the Hall of Fame here in the Jungle of the Hall here Saturday. So, brother, I'll let you take with it. Go in any order you want, buddy.
I'm absolutely cool with that, Jimmy. I'm pumped up. I'm excited. I got Corey Dillon in the house with me live in studio.
How big is that damn thing?
That's the 3-foot Corey Dillon bobblehead. This one was actually at Paul Brown Stadium in Pro Shop. So he used to live at the stadium. Now he lives here, and he watches my cave when I'm at work.
That's awesome.
So Jamie should have some pictures I sent you guys of some of the things we're talking about tonight. So he just wants to put them on the screen. We'll start going through them.
Yeah, go ahead.
So there's Corey. Like I said, this is where he lives. Okay, so back in 2003, when Palmer came on the team, they released a dual Carson Palmer, Corey Dillon bobblehead. There was 504 of them made. How they came up with that number, I don't know. The 3-foot Carson was on one side of the display. Corey was on the other side of the display. And they held that down at the Pro Shop. And when that display went away, it's kind of a unique bobblehead because Carson Palmer never actually played on the field with Corey Dillon. But because he sat out that rookie year in 03. But Corey ended up making his way to my house, so he lives here now.
Nice.
And as we were talking a little bit earlier, Corey was damaged, and our buddy Hollis fixed her up for you.
He did. Hollis repaired his legs. He was broke off at the feet, and Hollis nursed him back to health.
There's nothing that our buddy Hollis can't do.
Dr. Hollis. Yeah.
This is the so obviously we're trying to get Ken Anderson to the Hall of Fame, man. This is the Sports Illustrated poster. As I was talking to Tom before the show, he reminded me about that bicentennial patch that he's wearing on that jersey. And Tom actually let me know that this is the only game in NFL history where they wore the bicentennial patch. So that right there would be like a collector's dream to come home with one of those patches, yet alone like Tom and I were talking about, like on the jersey. So that was the Sports Illustrated poster. It's a fairly rare one to get, but they're out there. They're out there to find.
Yeah, Josh, going back to that poster, I've got that one hanging on my wall here in front of me, and I have the patch, but I don't have the jersey with the patch, which would be really, really cool. So that is a cool poster. You're right though. That is a hard one to get. It took me a while to find that one.
So I always try to get Hollis involved in the show. So with Lamar, another Bengals legend that we're trying to get in the Hall of Fame. This is actually he has done, it looks about 50 Legends bobbleheads for me personally. Lamar Parrish, so that's one of my favorite ones. I got to meet Lamar at Sports Gallery a couple years ago. I got really lucky because he didn't make live event. He was a day late to come in and sign everyone's autographs. But I got off work and Mark let me in. I got to meet Lamar. I got to meet Ken. Just great guys. It's a shame that Ken. I hope that when he gets in one day, and he will get in, that he's looking down from heaven and smiling, buddy. But I know Lamar Parrish will be just as happy to see Ken Riley get in.
Hell yeah.
I just picked some real simple Chad things. Chad's got everything. He's got footballs. He's got bobbleheads, posters. So I just picked these two pennants down for you guys. These came out in his playing days here with the Bengals. They're limited editions out of like 2006, 2008, whatever years they were produced. I could have picked anything for Chad. We all love Chad stuff. So there's a couple Chad Johnson pennants for anyone that hasn't seen those. Big Willie. See, Big Willie, I'm a little disappointed there's not more Willie stuff out there. That is actually my only game-worn jersey. That is a Willie Anderson gamer right there. I need a better frame job. I need to get that down to my boys at Heirloom Framing in Fairfield. But there's no Willie posters. There's no Willie pennants or footballs. Or it's just like they really avoided the Willie Anderson merchandise. So coming up with a Willie gamer, that was a jersey that he wore in a game. That was a special piece for me to get. He signed it, Willie right there. All of his autographs is just a big Willie that he signs, number 71. One of the nicest players I've ever had a chance to meet. Willie Anderson's a great dude. Isaac Curtis, this is a 7-Eleven Slurpee cup. That was a large back in the 70s. Of course, now it looks like a pint-sized kid's milk from McDonald's. But Isaac Curtis, they had these in Ken Anderson, Bob Johnson, Bob Trumpy, but very unique cups. You can find those, but the Isaac Curtis one is by hands down hardest one to find. Max Montoya, this is actually about a 24x36 advertisement from a convenience store in the late 80s. Coca-Cola and especially Diet Coke was a huge market for the NFL in the late 80s. There was an old Boomer Esiason commercial I love where the players are melting into the field and he throws them 2 liters of Diet Coke and they drink it and like come back to health. Max Montoya was the other Bengal on the offensive side of the ball that they focused on that year. And I was able to pull that advertisement down. It's a really cool piece. And that's last but not least, the Rattler. Like I said, I had a chance to meet him at Sports Gallery a couple years ago. The nicest guy. Sometimes when you do these autograph signings, the players are, depending on what they have to do, they're quick to kind of push you along. But Ken, he took pictures with us, told us stories, just an absolute class act. And that's what this Saturday to me is all about. It's like hoping to rally hard and get the Bengals fans involved and someday get that man into the Hall of Fame.
That's good stuff, man. I know you could have went in a lot of different direction with all 8 of those guys. I know you got a lot of stuff, Josh, with that. So kind of tying in. So you and the fam are coming up. I think, is it you and the wife coming up? Who's coming up?
The wife is coming with me. So she's excited, but she's not nearly as excited as I am. I tried to call off all week so I could tailgate till Saturday, but she said no. So I guess I got to go to work for the next 5 days. But we will be there. We're going to be at the whole time. We're going to get up to Massillon, and we're going to be at the Tiger event, and then we're going to go over with you guys the Hall of Fame.
Awesome. Well, hey, Josh, we appreciate it, bud. We love everything you're doing with us, man. It's a lot of fun, man. We're sharing some of the stuff out here that people have never seen before. That's what it's all about, man. And this is and what we've kind of started, Josh, is it's not just us sharing things with fans. They're sharing stuff back with us. Like, hey, have you seen these before? I'm like, hell no, I have no idea. I've never seen those things before. So that's a lot of fun, Josh, as we continue to build this thing. And I know. I think a few weeks ago we talked about we will be having a memorabilia get-together for the fans. We are firming that up, location and date. I know we initially were trying to do that preseason game. That's not going to work, but we have a plan around that. So keep an eye out. Social media, we hope to have dates out on that here very, very soon. It's going to be a lot of fun. So,
absolutely.
Josh, we appreciate it, buddy. Thanks again.
Right,
we'll see you. We'll see you Saturday.
You will. Who day?
Who day, buddy?
Who day?
Who day?
Thanks, Josh.
Thanks, Josh. Good man.
50-pound Corey Dillon there. That's cool.
I remember the Corey Dillon. It was in a display case down at the pro shop when you walk into the left. So
that's cool stuff right there.
Good stuff.
Pretty cool.
So I know we want to talk a little bit more detail about the hall, Jungle to the Hall. And guys, I'm going to tell you, James, what was the last time? I know we were over 200, right?
Over 200. It's daily. People are logging in, RSVPing, and as I said earlier, it's not too late. We'll share the link here in social media. It's 100% free to attend, and if you haven't made plans yet, we'd love to see you up in Canton this Saturday.
Yeah. So let's talk about the details around it, guys. I want to walk through every step of every hour of that day, starting at 10 o'clock. So let's give clarity to everybody that's going. And like James said, guys, it's not too late. I mean, if you make a decision to come up Friday or Saturday morning, come up. I mean, the more we get up there, the better off it's going to be. We're going to have a lot of fun. A lot of local, national people are going to be involved with videos and pictures. And guys, it is important that we have a great crowd, and it's important we represent the Cincinnati Bengals and our legends respectfully, and we're going to do so up there that day. So let's start out in the morning at 10 o'clock, guys. Just to let you know, Coach Nate Moore, the head coach of Massillon High School, is allowing us with the boosters. They have opened up their facilities to us. This is where it all started for Paul Brown. One Paul Brown Drive, Paul Brown Tiger Stadium, where it all started for PB. They're going to allow us to walk on the field, get pictures at the 50-yard line. They're going to allow us to go into the locker rooms. The locker rooms very special. Their weight facility is very special. But the locker rooms, as you walk through you'll see a lot of Paul Brown State Championship teams and pictures of Paul Brown as you go through there. We're also in their indoor facility. They have a massive indoor facility. All their indoor sports are done in there, not just football. But also there is basically a hallway, call it a museum, with Paul Brown statues, murals, posters, all kinds of stuff hanging up in that lobby area of Paul Brown. And then they'll let us walk through the indoor facility. And if you've never been, I would tell you, you're going to park right in front of the Paul Brown statue, right on, I don't know what side, east, west side that is, but literally you pull in the front of the stadium and you'll see the front of the stadium, the giant mural, tiger eyes looking right at you with Paul Brown standing right in front of the stadium, the statue. You start there and go through the facility. It's from 10 to 12. You don't have to be there at 10 o'clock and it is important. I think they said it takes about 20 minutes to half an hour to go through it all, probably 40 minutes if you want to loiter around a little bit, take a bunch of pictures. But if you get there at 10:30, that's fine. They just need us to be out of there by 12. So that's from 10 to 12. And I would tell you, I have an ask for everybody that's going to go to this the event at Massillon High School. Coach Nate Moore texts me and says, Jim, I need you to bring me Grippo's barbecue potato chips. So I'm going to be bringing him some. But if you get a bag of Grippo barbecue chips before you go up there, please make sure you give him a bag of Grippo chips. I would love to fill his office up with bags of Grippo chips, small bags, big bags, the boxes. I'm getting the little stuff you sprinkle on it, the stuff for the chips. So if you're going to the Massillon High School, make sure you bring him a bag of Grippo chips.
Can I ask a Canadian question here? What's a Grippo bag of chips?
Oh, Jamie.
So much to learn.
It's just a brand. It's just a brand, Grippo, and it's like the best barbecue chip in the world. When people come in town, they try that chip. It's like crack. It's like they want more of it. They can't stop.
I'll bring you guys some vinegar and we'll swap.
So that's the event at Massillon Senior High School, guys. It's going to be a lot of fun. There's a lot of people. I would tell you, there looks like there's a lot of people heading down to Massillon High School. There's some that can't make it, but I know people are going up Friday, and there's some people leaving 5, 6 in the morning just so they make sure they get there for that event at 10 o'clock at the high school. So we want to thank the Massillon High School boosters and head coach Nate Moore up there. Make sure you bring him your barbecue chips from Grippo's if you head up there. So after that, you're going to have time to grab some lunch. Somewhere there's a bunch of restaurants and bars really close to the Hall of Fame. So if you get there at 10, you'll probably be done at 11 at the latest. Head, grab some lunch somewhere, late breakfast, whatever you want to do. And then at 1 o'clock is the Jungle to the Hall event, the rally itself, guys. So from 1 to 1:30, we're going to kind of meet and mingle and have some discussion with a bunch of diehard Bengal fans from across the country. that are going to be there. At 1:30, Tom's going to go down our list of our 8 candidates that we are pushing for the Hall of Fame, and really focusing specifically. All 8 of those are going to get talked about. Really, the conversation around Willie Anderson, Ken Riley, and Ken Anderson, obviously, during that time. We got some surprises through that time. We got some great videos. We have some more videos. I just got a video from Max Montoya here as we're sitting here that he is going to be saying some things to everybody that's in attendance that day. We will have Jungle to the Hall T-shirts for everybody. Those T-shirts will be $20. We're not making a dime on that. We are literally hoping to sell all 100 of these shirts, because if we sell those shirts for $20 each, minus the cost that we already paid for these, we pay for the event itself, the rental of the tent and the facility. There will be bottles of water there as well in the tent. So, that specific time at 1:30 to maybe 2:30, 2:40 is really the time we're going to be celebrating our Bengal greats. We're going to have our speakers in there. We're going to have a nice, real big backdrop. We're going to have a lot of orange and black in and outside of the tent. We've got a nice projector. We're going to be doing videos and images and a lot of interactive stuff there for everybody during that rally right there at inside the tent. James, anything else to add there before we get to the 3:00 hour?
No, I think, you covered it. Tom's going to recap every player there and go in order. And again, as we've said from day one, we're just going to do this in a respectful way and glad to be on the hollow ground there of the Pro Football Hall of Fame, and just give these guys the respect that they're due, and kind of brag about them for a little bit. And hopefully with all the work we've put in and you, the Bengals fans, have put up on social media, we'll see some good news come out of the vote in early August. It was great to have the 3 senior writers that we had on the last 2 shows. Those were excellent interviews, and the buzz that Bengals fans have stirred up, in the last 90 days has, it's a testament to the social media power and everything they've done. So we're excited about it, and we've put in a lot of legwork, and now the time's here to really showcase everything that we've done. So looking forward to it, and can't wait for Saturday.
Yeah. So after we're done with the rally, the curator up there has done 2 things for us, guys. This is amazing what they've done here. They have a special display specifically about Anthony Munoz. I don't know if I might be his gold jacket. I have no idea what it is, but it's a bunch of stuff that they're displaying for us. Anthony Munoz display that day. And then at 3:00 and 3:30, they're both the same theater specific Bengals event. We just can't fit everybody in the gold jacket room at once. So we're going to have one session at 3, one session at 3:30. Basically what that's going to be is the curator is going to have a bunch of stuff, artifacts, things from the Cincinnati Bengals history that they're going to talk about for that 20 to 30 minutes. Once that special event is done, basically you're going to go through and just a self-guided tour through the rest of the Hall of Fame. I'm really excited to see what they pull together for that theater event for us. It's not going to be on the screen. It's going to be a curator talking about the history of the Cincinnati Bengals. I'm sure a lot of Paul Brown discussion will be in that. And I think they're going to have some actual items to be able to show you during that session as well. So right at 3 and 3:30 are those sessions. And then after that, we're going to go through and get our self-guided tour. So I do want to back up a little bit, guys, on the why we are doing this. It is just us celebrating our Bengal legends. And I want to repeat what James said. It is, we do not want to disrespect any player that is in the Hall of Fame. Those guys deserve to be in the Hall of Fame, every single one of them. We're just there to bring more light and attention to our Bengal greats that we feel should be there. And you have done it as a fan base. You have done it. Because when you got the local, I literally just left Channel 12 right before we came on the show here today. And those guys will be airing something tonight at 11:30. These guys are excited as can be about this event. They're saying it's long overdue. The fans kind of driving this whole process. But like James said, if you remember Ira Kaufman, who writes for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who writes about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, she was one of the 9 senior voters. The very minute he came on, he said, I got to give a shout out to Bengal Nation. For the past 6 months to a year, you guys have been all over the place. Now, if we didn't have him on the show, he wouldn't have that opportunity to disclose and provide clarity to you that they hear and see everything we're doing. That's why we want to be respectful in everything that we do on social media about these guys, because we don't want to tick off one of the nine voters and cause any issues with this. We don't want to really tick these guys off and cause any issues with, what Jeff Hobson and the Bengals have really fought for as well. So we're just doing what we can in a positive way to supplement what the Bengals and others have done over the years. And now's our time, guys. I mean, national media has picked up on this. Pro Football Talk, CBS Sports, all because of you guys and what you guys are doing on social media. So this is a lot of fun, and that's what it's all about. When you have from what we understand, talking to a lot of different people, the senior voters, the 9 senior voters, are going to have those ballots early July. They're going to vote sometime July or early August. There's going to be 2 that they are going to recommend to get inducted, and that vote will happen in February. But if they get recommended to 2, almost 100% of the time, those are the 2 that are going to go in. So that's why we got fingers and toes crossed, and we're going to do what we can to push, specifically the focus being Ken Riley and Ken Anderson, because Kenny Anderson being the oldest living player on that Super Bowl team from 1981, and Ken Riley passing last year. That's why we want to focus on those 2 more than anybody else. Tom, you want to add anything else to that?
Well, I think, the main thing, Jimmy, is just like you said, we have made a difference. And Jamie's been putting up the messages for those that are not able to make it up Saturday, which we, completely understand. Everybody has life, work, responsibilities. Some, their home country won't let them outside of the borders, but you can still help. Keep it positive on social media. It isn't just that everybody's been letting everybody know to come celebrate these guys' careers. We don't have to do anything extraordinary. We don't have to run down any other candidate. We don't have to inflate or exaggerate. These guys earned their spot in Canton with their careers. We're just celebrating it and hopefully getting members of the media who might ignore a smaller market NFL team to give them the proper look. And they won't have to think hard about it. Ken Anderson, Ken Riley, Willie Anderson, Lamar Paris, Isaac Curtis, all of them deserve their spot and deserve their just due. And but keep it positive. And it's not really pressure. Just keep talking about it. Keep pushing it. Keep pushing their careers. Keep remembering them and celebrating them. But I think everybody has made a difference out there in the last year. There's no question about that when one of the senior writers mentions it.
I think anybody who doubts the impact this was having has to go back and watch those interviews we had, especially the one with Ira. Like, that was one of the best interviews we've had on the show, and it's becoming. I don't know. I'm sure you guys share the same view, but it's very clear that they're listening. Yeah, it's being very clear that they're listening, and all this is having a major impact on hopefully their final decision.
Yep. And we know if they compare Ken Anderson and Ken Riley's statistics to players of that era at their position, no brainer. Let's get these 2 in for sure. I'll tell you what we're going to do, what we're going to ask everybody to do. You'll see this on social media. We're just going to overwhelm social media with Jungle to the Hall information this week. But we're going to use the hashtag Jungle to the Hall, hashtag Jungle to the Hall on all of our social media platforms. So while you're up there, if you're driving up there, taking pictures of this exit can't post it on social media, hashtag Jungle to the Hall. That way that people that cannot get up there, basically what they'll be able to do is click that hashtag and you'll be able to see everything that's going on in Canton that you're seeing. We are not going to do a live stream up there. We may go Facebook Live or live on Periscope or something, but we're asking everybody, when you post something on social media, do hashtag Jungle to the Hall. That way the people that can't unfortunately make it up there, they'll be able to click on that hashtag and see all the stuff that people are seeing and posting up there, videos, pictures. We're going to have a lot of fun with this. We're going to be taking a group picture. I know the Bengals organization sent up a videographer up there to take pictures and video of things. Jeff Hobson will be putting out a little article about this event probably Tuesday. We are going to get a group picture, and right behind my shoulders here, right and left shoulder, you see giant heads of Ken Anderson and Ken Riley. We've got 2 each. They're going to be outside front before you come into the tent, and we're going to be getting group pictures together. Wear your orange and black. We're going to have people holding up Ken Riley and Ken Anderson. We're going to get group pictures for the media, for ourselves. And we ask if it's possible, if you have jerseys of any of these 8 players and they fit, we'd like you to wear them. If not, just wear your orange and black. But we want to make sure that they're going to be scanning through that crowd and they're going to see a 28 Corey Dilley jersey or an 85 Chad Johnson or an 85 Isaac Curtis, number 13 Ken Riley. We want them to be able to see those numbers and those players that we're celebrating, those jerseys. Look, at the end of the day, we need bodies there. We got a great crowd, expecting a great crowd. We're going to have a lot of fun, and the weather looks outstanding, guys. So it's going to be good.
And if you happen to forget to put a shirt on, we have some for sale at the event to help cover the cost.
Thanks, Jamie. We need that. Hey, please buy the shirts. That's all I got to say. And I do want to say, when we go into the Hall of Fame, so after the rally, you're going to go through the front. The rally is free, but you do have to pay to get into the Hall of Fame. We had that link for $5 discounted tickets. That is still available. People were buying them today. You'll have to pay for parking as you go into the Hall of Fame. But when you get in the Hall of Fame, I need a favor. There are all those employees in there have no decision. There's no impact on what they do to get somebody in that Hall of Fame. All I know is I'm not going to be able to share this picture, but I'm going to try to do it as best I can.
Hold on.
There is a lady here that when I walked into the Hall of Fame, not the best picture, but I'm going to give you her name. Her name tag is Martha. So I walked in there with my son, one of my kids, and basically she started yelling "Who Dey." She was so excited to see a Bengals fan in there. Martha basically said, hey, the whole reason that she became a Bengals fan was because of Ken Anderson. And she goes, sir, there's this big rally coming up on June 19th. You got to be here for it. She knows, all those employees know about the rally. But if you go into Hall of Fame, when you see Martha standing there, when you walk in, we needed to give her a big hooday and a big hug. So there's a lot of Bengal fans working inside that Hall of Fame. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait. I can tell you there's probably never been 200 plus Bengal fans walking in that Hall of Fame at the same time. I think it's going to be the first time ever this week.
A reminder, the people that work at the Hall of Fame do not have a voice as to who goes in the Hall of Fame. But from everything I understand, they're very excited about seeing all of us. So give them a smile, shake their hand now that it's legal in Ohio, and give them a hooday. And, maybe if there are some Browns fans up there, we'll get some converts.
Yeah. The other thing I would tell you, so James and I and Tom and Jamie and Craig and Dell and everybody have been working on, hey, is there a place that we can rent out for everybody just to get together, hang out, and have some beers and drink and eat dinner that night? Guys, there really isn't a place big enough to hold us. So basically there's a lot of restaurants and bars around the area, but I did talk to Fathead Brewery again, which is only 5 minutes from the Hall of Fame. It's going to be a wait. Basically, I asked for a table of 20, and they said if we get there around 5 o'clock, it's probably going to take about 20 minutes to half an hour to get in. So at the end of the day, if I can go order a beer and I have to stand in line to eat, I'm going to. But I know we will probably go to Fathead Brewery that night after the event and try to get in there. But I'm not sure. I don't think we're all going to be able to get in there, unfortunately. But we'll make sure we have a beer at some point together, everybody. That's for sure. Okay. All right, guys. I know I went through that probably a little bit more detail than what I should have, James. Anything else you want to add to that?
No, the Jeremy Abney had a thing in the chat that it was showing sold out. That just went back into the Eventbrite status that has been fixed, so you can actually go in there, reserve your tickets, and we appreciate you doing that so we can get an accurate head count. It looks like David Henry, Joel Boneline, John Ashbrook, Patrick Murphy, and Brian Atkins were the last ones to register. So again, go back in there. That link should be active. Go in there, get your tickets. And again, if it's a last-minute decision Friday, that's cool. The more the merrier. Extended forecast looks great for Saturday. Regardless, we're in a tent. Obviously, the Hall of Fame's inside. And just a fun day, and really looking forward to seeing a lot of people that communicate here on the show and just kind of catching up as a little off-season as we get ready to rock and roll for the 2021 campaign.
Yeah. Well, good stuff, guys. Hey, any questions, you can DM us. If you have our cell numbers, you can send us text messages. We're trying to be as transparent and as clear as we possibly can on this. If there's something you need clarity on, don't hesitate to DM. One of us will answer that direct message, whether it be Facebook, Twitter, wherever you're sending us messages at. We're excited to see everybody. I can't wait. There's going to be people I know they're going to be there. and that I've never met in person before. So I can't wait to see everybody. So, well, let's go ahead and get into this, guys. So we'll just keep an eye on social media the rest of the week. We'll have some more announcements coming up on maybe a few surprises here and there for the rally. But I'm looking forward to seeing everybody. Big deal. Early July, those ballots go out to those 9 senior voters. Our voices are going to be heard. They're being heard right now, and it's going to be a massive event up there, and I can't wait to be part of it with you. All right, guys, we have a local product we're getting ready. We had to do Jackson Carmon wanted to be with us here tonight on the show, but he said he had to pre-record. He had something going on tonight he couldn't get out of. So we got on about a 13 to 14-minute interview earlier this week, probably Wednesday or Thursday this week, with Jackson Carmon, the Cincinnati Fairfield High School owned Jackson Carmon from Fairfield High School. And Jamie, we've got that video. Guys, you're going to love this interview. He was absolutely outstanding.
All right, we'll be back.
Show this evening. Jackson, welcome, brother. Cincinnati native, straight out of Fairfield High School, now with the Cincinnati Bengals, brother. Welcome to the show, man. We appreciate your time.
Appreciate you for having me on, man. Thank you.
All right, big dog. We got some tough questions for you, man. We got some tough ones for you. GMC, best football high school conference in the state of Ohio, maybe the country, brother. Good old Fairfield Indian grad here, Jackson Carmon. A GMC question for you. Who was the toughest team? We're leaving Fairfield out of this. We knew you guys were the best, man. But who was the tougher team in the GMC? We got Oak Hills or Coleraine High School. Who was the tougher team? Be real.
It was definitely Coleraine out of the two.
That's my boy. He knew. He knew.
Most definitely.
All right, man. Hey, good stuff. So, hey, welcome to the show, man. We appreciate it, man. So tell us, man, was there anybody in high school that you played against on the other side of the ball that you would put? Did anybody you block against go to college, play college ball at a different level? My
teammate Malik Van, every day in practice, you know what I mean? He went to UC and he's a great player. And really just being able to go against him and his like elite level of strength and just like his discipline as a person really helped prepare me for the next level. So it was a pretty seamless transition competition wise going to college from practicing with Malik every day in high school.
Good stuff. So let's get to Clemson, man. So name the guy. I'm sorry. Go ahead and show some of those high school picks for. So I know a lot of people haven't seen these picks from Fairfield. So man, I know. Hey, look, I was a Coleraine guy. I had 4 boys that played football. One of them went on to Charleston to play ball. None of them got to play against you, man. But dude, you were always the talk of the town every time Coleraine played Fairfield, man. So those pictures are great. I had to find some of them old pics for you.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, it's good stuff, brother. Good stuff. So you get to Clemson, man. So man, big step up from the GMC a little bit, right? And some fun stuff there going on at Clemson.
Definitely.
So name 1 or 2 of the guys that really just gave you a hell of a time blocking, man, at Clemson, man, on the other side of the ball.
Just over the course of my career?
Yeah.
That would probably be Alex Highsmith, who starts for the Steelers now. So I'm looking forward to be able to play against him again. And then Chase Young, obviously, was a great matchup for me.
That's good stuff. Good stuff.
Staying with Clemson, Jackson, again, thank you for joining us. We've got a picture here with you and Coach Sweeney. Tell us about Coach Sweeney, what he was like to play for.
I got a lot of respect for Coach Sweeney. He does a really great job running the program and just like establishing the culture. And it's really, you know what I mean, like a reflection of him and like what Clemson has become and just like knowing everything, all the work that everyone's put in is really I really appreciate Coach Sweeney for all the things he's taught me.
I had the opportunity to see a game. It was actually Trevor Lawrence's first start 2 years ago. You played Syracuse. It was a battle back and forth. You guys trailed most of that game. Tell us about Death Valley there. For me, it was the first time there. It was an awesome game day experience. Tell us what it's like to play there in front of this 50, 70, 80,000 fans.
Death Valley is a really just unique place, and it's really just about just a level of energy that's in the state. It's not like capacity-wise, just like numbers-wise, the biggest stadium in the world, but it feels that way just the way it's set up. And just the tradition we got, like we're running down the hill, and I started my own little tradition, like hyping the fans up and stuff like that, and being able to just enjoy just like that atmosphere at the collegiate level, and also going to other places and having a deeper appreciation for it, especially with COVID, not having fans or places that fans don't show up and different things like that is really special what Clemson has in Death Valley.
You got to block for the number 1 pick this year in Trevor Lawrence. Tell us what you see similarity-wise between Trevor and now number 1 pick from 2 years ago, Joe Burrow.
Number one thing is professionalism and just like being on top of your stuff and just really just having like your head on straight and knowing everything and being able to communicate well, being able to, get guys together and still have like not like an overbearing voice, but still loud, for everyone to like to adhere to. So I think those are all similarities that number one picks quarterbacks like need to have at the next level.
Jimmy, go ahead. I know you've got a couple more questions.
Yeah. So Jackson, so what's cool? So we were up in the draft this year up in the city up north. We don't say the C word down here in Cincinnati. You know that, buddy. But we were at the draft inside there. We were right on stage, and James and I were there. I was on stage with the commissioner where they read out your name. My guy from Blackstone read out the name, Jackson Carmon. I was on stage, and I was please, let's get an offensive lineman. And God answered our prayers, Jackson. You're here, brother. So we're happy to have you. But man, what's it like? What's it like, man? I mean, this is so cool to me. I get goosebumps thinking about this. So you're getting reunited, one coming back to Cincinnati. But T. Higgins, you're back with T, right? You're back with T, so talk about it.
Yeah, awesome. Like being able to be back home, be like with my family and being in a familiar area has definitely helped my transition. And also being able to play with T again. Like I done said it before, T was my favorite wide receiver in college. Just like being able to just watch him, just make plays on the ball, just his underrated strength, really impressive. So I'm glad to be able to play. I'm glad to be able to have the opportunity to play with him again. And I know I'm confident that T's gonna do what he needs to do on the outside, and I'm gonna do what I need to do on the inside. We're gonna make it work.
Yeah. So what the family, man, how excited was the family? It was just good, just awesome seeing the videos and all the reaction from the family. So talk about that briefly if you could, man.
Yeah, it's just super awesome. One, to just be able to have everyone there, just together in that moment was just really good to be able to just bask in that moment. But also just knowing that I'll have support just in the vicinity, you know what I mean? If everything were to go down and if I ever needed anything, I have family here to be able to rely on. So it's a blessing.
Tom, I know you have a few things.
Right. Jackson, welcome home first and foremost. But
appreciate it.
On that road home, take us through from the end of Clemson season to draft day, the scouting process for you with the Bengals. Were they in contact? Did you seem to get a little extra attention from Coach Pollock and Coach Taylor? Or, I mean, did you have any idea you were coming here? Certainly after you were drafted, Coach Taylor made it pretty clear you were their guy. I mean, he was laughing at where they got you, and no matter what was happening, you were their guy in the second round. Did you have any idea it was coming?
So I had an idea it was coming a couple of days, not even a couple of days, literally the day before, the draft. It was kind of this might line up. But pre-draft wise, everything was so crazy pre-draft. Not just with me, but with everybody, just with COVID and all the things being new. And with Zooming and stuff like that, I had a meeting with Coach Pollock, you know what I'm saying, pre-draft and things like that. But it wasn't you know what I'm saying, I had 1,000 meetings with them, and it was pretty normal, you know what I'm saying, for what it was compared to the other teams.
He is very well thought of here in Cincinnati. Everybody was thrilled that he was back to take control of the offensive line room. What has he talked to you about, or what have you already discovered is going to be your biggest adjustment from top-level college at Clemson, but to the NFL?
Just continuing to just better myself in every aspect and just being a professional in every way, you know what I mean? Take care of my body, take care of my technique, taking care of my mind, mental health, things like that, and just really just being well-rounded. And Coach Pollock has really been pushing me on the field and stuff like that and in the classroom and really just helping me learn. And I really appreciate having Coach Pollock. And you can tell not only is he super knowledgeable and well qualified, but he genuinely cares and wants guys to get better.
Out of the other rookies that were drafted, Carmon, who would you say you're closest to thus far?
Out of all the rookies?
Yes, sir.
Would definitely be my O-line guys so far, Trey and Deontay. You know what I'm saying? Been in there grinding with them every day. So definitely build a great bond with those guys.
So you're having fun, though?
Oh, I'm having so much fun. It's it's crazy. It's really surreal, especially that first day when you walk in the stadium, you're man, we were practicing in the NFL. You know what I mean? You just looking over, and then all of a sudden, after that, it's just straight go. You know what I mean? You don't have time to think about it. And so you just been grinding and just, what are you going to say?
How happy was Joe Mixon to see you?
Yeah, really happy. You know what I mean? It's just this is great. I feel like we really got a great squad. And the fact that, you know what I mean, things little things, everyone showing up and just the amount of just commitment, because when you go to a place like Clemson, there's certain things that you see that are parallel with teams that win, and then there's certain things that you see like with other teams that like that's one of the reasons of why they're not winning. And I feel like a lot of the things like that I saw at Clemson, I'm seeing like here. You know what I mean, with the team, guys like being committed, guys getting on each other, guys like helping each other. You know what I mean, and not just being. Obviously, it's a business at the end of the day, but also taking it a step beyond that and really being a team.
Stepping inside to guard Jackson. Tell us what that transition's been like.
I mean, like it's obviously like different, but it's still football, and it's not world breaking, but it is an adjustment. And I think it's honestly just been an exciting challenge for me, and just being able to just go in there and start fresh from a fresh slate, and being able to just work on my craft has been really enjoyable.
So build on what you just said a little bit ago, Jackson. So, I mean, 100% participation in camp, and we see all these stats from around the NFL. The Bengals, there's outside, not talking about the fans. We know the fans out here excited. We're going to have thousands of people watching this interview. We know the fans are excited, but talk about the expectation, what you walked into in that room with this team and 100% participation in camp. There's got to be some excitement within the organization, within your teammates, right?
Yeah, most definitely. And, you know what I mean, no one wants to shoot the gun too early, but every time we step on the field, every time we, like, work towards something, we're working towards the ultimate goal, which is, you know what I'm saying, winning a Super Bowl and being a great football team. And that's really the energy that, like, everyone's been bringing to practice, everyone's been bringing to meetings, and it's just really exciting to see. So I'm glad that I'm, you know what I'm saying, in the position where I'm at. And I'm glad that we got the old guys, you know what I'm saying, that have been around the league and have been, you know what I'm saying, around the team for a while that have really done a good job setting the precedent and getting everybody rallied together and helping the young guys, showing them the ropes as well.
Yeah. All right. So the most important question of this short interview, and we're almost done here, Jackson. We appreciate your time. Have there been any vets that have messed with you yet? Any hazing, anything going on at all, man? Have they messed with you yet?
Yeah, no hazing. I mean, there's always just like the little like moments, you know what I mean? Like when you're just going through practice and meeting stuff like that. But all the vets have been really supportive, really open, really humble. You know what I mean? It's been awesome just being able to learn from those guys like Billy and Quentin, and even like guys coming in. This is their first year on the team, like Riley, different things like that. Like these guys have so much knowledge and information and experience. Just being able to just have the ability to pick from their brains and watch how they work and watch how they do things has been really, honestly, it's just like, it's a great situation because like if I didn't have them, I would just be trying to learn it all on my own. So it's really good for me to have that stepping stone.
Good stuff. So I guess the last question here, we'll ask. So all the rookies that are in town, man, so they know you're from Cincinnati. They probably lean on you, what to do, where to go, what restaurants to hit. What's been some of the feedback for these guys? What have been some of the questions they've been getting to you about Cincinnati? Anything at all?
Yeah, I mean, I always get asked different questions like, you know what I'm saying, where's the best place to eat? Where's like, you know, where can I get a haircut? Where can I do this, that, and the other? And I'm really lucky in my situation because right from my house, I don't know if you can point the camera around or not, but you can see everything from up there.
Man, hey, wait, you're Mount Adams? Is that Mount Adams, Jackson?
It's crazy. It's really crazy.
Is that Mount Adams?
So it's Mount Adams.
Hey, king of the world, baby. King of the world up there.
Yes, sir. Most definitely.
Well, man, hey, that view is awesome, man. We appreciate you sharing that, man. Hey, look,
no problem.
Good luck this year, big dog. We're counting on you. I'm excited. We are excited out here in Houday Nation, buddy. And hey, look, I was thrilled as can be to get a Cincinnati guy, a GMC football player. Let's show these dudes out there in the NFL what GMC football is all about, Jackson. All right,
yes,
take
sir,
care.
Most definitely. I got you on that.
All right, man. We'll see you, big dog. Thanks again, buddy.
Right, no problem. Thanks for having me, guys. Have a
Thanks, Jackson.
Weekend.
Appreciate it.
You too, buddy. Thanks. That was fun. I hope everybody enjoyed that. So I want to make some comments about some of the things he said, but I wanted to get your guys' feedback on that interview with Jackson.
Jamie, since you missed it, let's hear what you have to say.
Yeah, I'm sorry I missed that, guys. I was tied up when we had to film it. It's just great to hear the excitement of having a local guy playing for the team, and sounds excited about everything going on this year. Sorry, guys, I got a cat here that's give us a go.
I hope it's at least a Bengal cat. Is it a Bengal tiger?
No, Jamie.
He brings enthusiasm. Clearly, he's got.
Yes.
He's a rookie. got top level Division I experience. I think he's going to blend in well. Everything we're reading is he's anxious to learn, anxious to work, and is picking things up quickly. So I can see why the Bengals wanted him so bad. Like I told him, he was the guy. He was the guy they targeted. They looked at the board when it was time initially to draft, felt confident enough they could trade back and still get him, and got him, and drafted him, and essentially on the phone told him, "You're starting at right guard." Well, nothing's given in the NFL. He's going to earn it, and he doesn't want to just earn it. He wants to excel.
It's really cool to see these guys. Like, he's obviously living his dream, right? You can tell when you're asking him, so what's it like? And he's like, I'm on this practice field, and it's the NFL, man. Like, I made it. That was cool. And the view. I like the view he showed at the end there. That was pretty cool.
The only thing cooler than that, Jamie, is he got a hold of me after the interview, and I get to go to his place for the Labor Day fireworks this year.
Jamie has no idea what you're talking about, Tom.
That's all right.
No idea what you're talking about.
I know what Labor Day is.
He knows. The one thing I didn't think of until I just listened to that interview again, I didn't think of it when we initially did it, was he's got some added pressure being a hometown boy, certainly not only from the media, friends and family, but, just look at, and as lighthearted as it is, just the fellow teammates and especially the rookies. Hey, where do I go get this? Where do I get this done? So, I think while it's certainly a treat and a joy to play for your hometown team, I think there's added pressure when you're lining up in front of your fans each and every Sunday. But sounds like a great character guy, somebody that can definitely handle it, and excited to have him part of the team.
Yeah, I kind of recapping everything. My notes on that as that interview was going on, you guys hit most of it. It's like, guys, I remember when he played Little League football here in town. I remember the name. I knew who he was. My kids played before and after him in the same Little League programs. Him going to Fairfield High School here, him coming back to the Cincinnati Bengals. And one thing that really stuck out to me, the excitement and energy and attitude that he has, that's what we freaking need across the board on this team. And I love it. And that's the type of stuff that I know Coach Zach has been looking for. But if you guys caught that when he was talking about the parallels between the Cincinnati Bengals and Clemson, some of the same things, the processes, that everybody's showing up, everybody busting their butt. He is kind of seeing the same things that he saw at Clemson here. That's the type of winning mentality we need to get where we want to be, and that's the Super Bowl. So it was really cool to hear him say some of those things, and we appreciate Jackson for doing that for us. And this isn't something they have to do or should do. These guys are getting millions of requests for this type of stuff. So for him to go out of his way for that was a really cool thing for the fans.
Yeah, definitely. It was nice. It was excited. Our first player for the 2021 season, and hopefully we'll have some more to share with you, but ended it with a great view and hometown boy on our beloved Bengals. So, I think we'll all be cheering for him, and certainly O-line is a position of need, and hopefully he can fill one of the voids we got on there.
Yep. Tom, I know you wanted to hit on something as well.
Well, with that, we were talking about Jackson, and while we're celebrating our Bengal legends this coming weekend, and as they get into the Hall of Fame, which should be inevitable for all of them. The current guys are working their butts off. I mean, while other teams were not showing up for OTAs, the Bengals had 100% participation. I'm knocking on wood. Nobody has gotten hurt in the offseason, and which is phenomenal here. But there seems to be a chemistry with this group that you keep reading about and hearing about, and a real core that maybe we didn't have for a while. But not just one or two leaders on the team, which we did have, but a lot of veterans on both sides of the ball popping up, and not necessarily old guys, but young guys. And, with that, somebody I hope everybody keeps in their thoughts and good wishes and pulls hard for. He didn't have a physical injury. Michael Jordan went through a lot after Joe Burrow got hurt last year. And we're reading, and we started hearing it a couple months ago with how hard he was working out, what he was doing, reaching out, going down and working with Willie Anderson at his lineman academy, rehabilitating his spirit, and his techniques. Evidently, he's in phenomenal shape, best shape of his life. He's completely rebuilt his body. And instead of just, shrugging and saying he's a bust, all of a sudden, even though we've got Quentin Spain, who filled in phenomenally last year, really steadied the line. Xavier Suafilu's a fine veteran. But all of a sudden, we're starting to hear that, don't count out Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan's looking awful good. Michael Jordan's fired up. Michael Jordan's intense. He's studying hard. And we're starting to hear, maybe don't be surprised if he earns the trust of everybody and he's in there, not just starting left guard, but excelling. So it sounds like, we say it all the time, but it's really happening. They're building a solid core of young players, and Coach Taylor has them working hard.
Yeah, good stuff. Jamie?
Yeah.
Playing with his cat.
Jamie's got more issues. No power, cats.
It's good to see. It's just good to see Jamie back again. I'm just saying.
I wanted me to say I was
anything in closing. Sorry, Jamie.
Are we closing? I wasn't sure what you were going to do.
Yeah, we're going to be on time. We're going to be on time for the first time ever.
Guys, I've been busy over here because while you're talking, I've been doing research. My mind's wandering a little bit with this barbecue flavored potato chips. Looks pretty good.
Jimmy, is there a way we can get those across the border?
We're gonna have to ship them. I get stuck in
We'll
customs.
figure out a way to ship
them. Oh, I'll look for those in November when they show up. No, guys, I'm just I'm sorry I missed that interview. That was fun that was my first time. I didn't have a chance to even watch it, so I was watching it live with everybody else. So I just like Tom said, it's nice to see the enthusiasm. It's nice to see these guys excited to play in Cincinnati. And I see some of the fans on social media and stuff talking about how like this team doesn't want to win. Like I don't buy that narrative. Like these guys work so hard to get to NFL. I don't believe for a second that nobody in that league doesn't actually want to win. So I'm excited about this year. And I know we say it every year, this is going to be a better year, but I really do feel this is going to be a much better season.
Yeah.
Who's going to follow up?
I'm going to miss you guys next week. I'm sorry I can't be there. I'll be there in spirit, and it sucks I'm not going to be there. But I will be there for the home opener because I just found out yesterday that I can get my second vaccine next week, which will allow me to travel in September. So,
all right. Everybody heard it here first live.
Yeah.
Jamie is coming in town. You will get to meet him face to face at the tailgate opening day.
Along with a cat meowing in the background. I don't have much to add. Look forward to seeing everybody on Saturday. If you haven't thought about it, go and make plans. This is a big event. We appreciate each and every one that's going to be there. A great turnout. I think will only speak more volume for everything we've done on social media. Again, we'll do this in a respectful way, fun way. I think some of the videos we're going to share are going to speak for themselves in the aspect of getting these Bengals players into the hall that are certainly deserving. So look forward to seeing everybody this weekend, and appreciate everybody's participation. Spread the word. Even if you can't make it, share it on your social media, share it with friends, and hopefully to see everybody up there in Canton next Saturday.
Yeah, good stuff. Chris, I know you asked about if it's going to be posted on Facebook. So I have two Facebook pages, one personal, one our tailgate. We've been posting almost every day on a daily basis, at least every other day on Facebook about the event. So if you're not on Twitter, follow the Bengal Gym Before the War Tailgate Experience Facebook page. It is on that page. Everything we're talking about today is being shared about the same time as we shared on Twitter. It's being shared on Instagram and Facebook pretty much at the same time. So just again, reiterating what James is saying, guys, it's not too late. If you haven't RSVP'd, RSVP, we still got time. We still got room. Even if it's Friday morning Saturday morning, you get up, you know what? I wonder if they have room for me. Come on up. It's going to be fun. The event tent is massive. They have tons of people usually enter. So we've got plenty of room for everybody. Come up. Let's have some fun together. a lot of work, a lot of effort's been put into this by a lot of different people, and we're just really looking forward to a great crowd and celebrating our Bengal greats. Continue to bring show the positive light on these guys locally and nationally. What you're doing as a fan base right now is working. They hear us, they see us. This is awesome. As a fan base, for years I probably felt my voice wasn't heard, and through social media and us working together, the things that we're doing, it is amazing, the impact that we're making. Not just getting this word out, but when you talk to certain players' families about how appreciative they are of everybody in Houday Nation and what they're doing to help, get their family member and their dad. And I can tell you the Riley family is so grateful and humble, and they are wait to hear the message from Ken Riley when you're up there Saturday and his family. It will bring a tear to your eye, and pride gave me goosebumps when I heard the video for the first time. So a lot of stuff up there. Look forward to seeing you. Jungle to the Hall, # Jungle to the Hall when you make your trip up there. Keep an eye on our social media stuff the rest of the week. We got stuff dropping every day. Right now we're doing the best 7 games. We counted down starting Saturday, I think, the top 7 games of Ken Riley and Ken Anderson. We're putting videos. Tom came up with those top games. We're putting videos every day, counting down all the way up until the day we go up the can. So we look forward to seeing everybody. Any questions at all, direct message, either myself or James or Jamie or Tom will be able to answer those for you. We love you guys. Thanks again for tuning in, and we will see you in Canton. Houday, everybody.
Houday.